Hey everybody, Tony here, and welcome to another episode of TTBurger Game Reviews. Today I want to talk about something else that annoys me in gaming these days. And I want to talk about when gamers see a game and they have high expectations for it before it comes out, and then when they get there, or when they get to play the game when it gets released, the game isn't up to their expectations and stuff like that, and their praise, and the game ends up being shunned and bashed by critics and gamers non-stop. You're probably wondering, what am I talking about? Well, for today's episode, I'm going to be reviewing a type of game that had this happen to them, and that game is HAZE on the PlayStation 3, released in 2008 by Ubisoft and Free Radical. Now, going into HAZE, I did not know anything about it until I saw the trailer at E3, and when I saw the trailer, I was thinking, wow, this looks awesome! A really cool looking first-person shooter that takes place in like a futuristic world and stuff like that. I mean, I know it's been done to death, but the way everything looked, like with the art design and the way the weapons looked and such in the trailer, it really caught my eye, because like I hadn't really seen a game like this before, and the one thing that caught my eye were the suits that the characters were wearing, which were the yellow and black suits with the helmets, and it made me, it just caught my eye and stuff like that, and that's pretty much what I can say. But then the game came out, and people were considering thought this was going to be the Sony Halo killer, the Sony version of Halo and stuff. And it wasn't like that. And then when it did get released and stuff, and they saw it wasn't like that at all, people started bashing the game non-stop, calling it a mediocre first-person shooter, and giving it 5s and 4s across the board, just pretty much bashing the game because it wasn't anything like they expected it to be. And this is what happens when you have too high of expectations and overhype yourself for a game, when you should have known that not every game is like Halo. Just because it takes place in a futuristic world means nothing. It means nothing. And yet, I'm here to show you all that HAZE is a good game. It does have some faults and stuff like that, and sure, it may not be anything like Halo, but here's the thing: I don't like Halo. I don't like Halo. I think Halo sucks except for the first Halo game. But that's off topic. But I'm gonna show you all how this game beats the shit out of Halo any day. Getting that out of the way, let's explain the story here. Now, the story of the game stars you as Shane Carpenter, who was born in 2023, who joined Mantle, and dropped out of college for it, and it pretty much explains him joining Mantle and then leaving Mantle later on because of an incident, which I won't spoil because, like, I kind of spoiled enough here as it is. Like, one more about the story, play for yourself and find out. And then, like, as we see here, after he gets done narrating here, we pretty much are introduced to your teammates, Morgan Duvall, Watchstrap, and stuff like that. It's basically, yeah, that's pretty much where the game goes and stuff. And as you can see, these are the people with the helmets that are shown on the front case and were in the trailer and stuff like that. And that's pretty much the story. But one thing I do like about the story is that the main character is actually a nice, calm guy, and isn't a steroid jerk and stuff like that, who's all gruff and is rude to people and stuff. Here he's actually nice and stuff, and it's actually a fresh on first-person shooters, because a lot of first-person shooters that are out these days, they have these like gruff, angry protagonists and stuff like that. So I'm kind of glad that Free Radical and Ubisoft decided to do something different here. So they get points from me on that when it comes to story. Now, the story isn't really A+ writing or anything that's like a 5 stars or anything like that. But still, it's much better than Halo's storyline. It's much better than the Call of Duty storyline. So it definitely gets a plus there for me. Now, for the graphics, I know that the game's presentation was never that good. I mean, as you can tell, the graphics here don't look anything next gen for its time and stuff like that. But I mean, I will admit, it looks like a PlayStation 2 game and stuff, but it doesn't mean it's bad in any way. I mean, there's no clipping issues, there's no frame rate issues or anything like that. I mean, I guess what it is that, like, they wanted to make a smooth first-person shooter with smooth 60 frames per second, and they succeeded, because if this game would have been cutting edge with top-notch graphics, it would have lagged, I'm sure, because, like, that's what happens in a lot of games and stuff like that. And for sound, I gotta say, it's also top-notch. I mean, the voice acting is very hokey, almost on par with Resident Evil's voice acting back in 1996 stuff like that. I mean, I know that survival horror game is a first-person shooter, but still, the hokey voice acting, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, it's not as bad as what people say, as what people claim it to be. People are saying that the voice acting in this is so bad that it makes Resident Evil's voice acting seem awesome. The voice acting in Resident Evil was never bad, and the voice acting in HAZE is not bad either, people. I mean, you can't expect games to have top-notch voice acting. I mean, the voice acting is kind of funny here and stuff like that. I mean, sure, some of the characters may sound way too hammy, but is it a game killer? No. If you don't like it, mute your TV or turn the voices off. If you don't like it so much. Oh wait, then you'd probably complain that you have to read the subtitles, turn the subtitles on, stuff like that. Well, you know what? Who cares? It's not. HAZE is trying to do its own thing. Let it do its own thing here, people. For crying out loud. I mean, I know it sounds like all news complaining here, but me liking this game, I have a right to complain here and stuff. I mean, I also do find that some of the lines are actually kind of funny and made me laugh and stuff. And like Shane Carpenter has the best voice acting, stuff like that. Duvall has the second best, and like the characters later on the Rebel side who are like Hispanics and stuff like that, like have like Hispanic accents, also sound pretty good too. And the music is fantastic. I mean, you cannot get any better music than this. It fits the game really well, and it's definitely the best part of the sound and the shining part of the sound. It has best sounding music to this day. You can't get any better than that. Now for the gameplay, this is what people bitch and moan about. Oh, the game's not like Halo. This isn't Halo at all. Halo never did this. This game is pretty average and stuff like that. You people obviously have never played the Time Splitters games before, especially Time Splitters 1. This game was made by Free Radical, and they were responsible for the Time Splitters games. So you know what? They wanted to make something like Time Splitters. I mean, I don't care if people want to bash me for praising this game. I like the game. This is my opinion on the game. And you know what? It's just sad because this game has a lot of original ideas to it, but the thing is, this game gets shunned because of stupid ass people. I mean, I'm sorry to be rude here, but stupid ass people bashing it and stuff like that, left and right. Maybe you're just upset because this game was supposed to be a 360 and was supposed to be on a 360 PC as well, and you're pretty much upset by that because it's not on your console and stuff like that. While we Sony owners got it and stuff that, and we actually got a good shooter. And I will admit that I do have some complaints here, like the campaign isn't very long at all. It's only like 5-6 hours in that space, and then that's basically it and stuff like that. And the multiplayer servers, from what I've heard, have been shut down. So if I'm wrong there, correct me. I do apologize if I'm wrong there. But like as you can see here, like we have an ability where we can use Nectar where we can make us stronger and more powerful, as what Shane Carver says, makes you feel like $1 million. Where you can see the enemies glowing and stuff like that, and it can make you stronger and help you kill your enemies stuff. But if you overdo the Nectar and use too much, you'll start going out of control with your gun and you'll end up dying or end up shooting your teammate and stuff like that. And of course, there's also tons of weapons to choose from. One cool thing about the weapons is that they have a counter on how much ammo is left in your clip. I don't know why. I just really like games that have weapons that are like that stuff to show the counter. I mean, it's just my opinion, but I like it. I mean, you got a bunch of pistols, got assault rifles, you got shotguns, you have a rocket launcher, a flamethrower, which is probably my favorite weapon, even though you don't get to use it much, and a Gatling gun, or whatever it's called. You got a Gatling gun and stuff like that. You can mount a turret and stuff. This game has a lot of weapons, and that's one of the key things that I like about this. That it has lots of weapons. It even has some cool names too, like the Lobo, the Azo, and stuff like that. Like just to name a couple there. And later on, when you join the Rebels, you get ability to pretend that you died and stuff, and the enemies won't be able to see you and stuff like that. And that's really cool. I mean, it's even cooler than using Nectar at the beginning. I mean, sure, Nectar can make you all stronger and help you see the enemies better and stuff like that. But still, pretending to have died, to have confused the enemies, that is something original right there, along with the Nectar thing. And you also have vehicles here too. And the vehicles, while they may not be the best part of the game, because like some of the vehicles can be a little bit wobbly at times like that, the vehicles are still controllable, and yet I like driving the vehicles. There's only like 3 vehicles you can use and stuff like that and such, but I won't name them and stuff, because like if you want to know more about the vehicles, go play the game yourself and find out. But of course, like you also have a variety of levels as well. Like you got the jungle, you got the desert. You can go into like laboratories, or go underground, underwater, or go to like underground laboratories and stuff like that. It's really cool. And I gotta praise Free Radical here for having a lot of original ideas here. And this is just sad because HAZE has a lot of potential and it is a fantastic first-person shooter, but because all the people bitching, the game did not get well received, like I said, and it's a shame because like it's just a shame. It's just a shame. I mean, it's probably because people were expecting TTBurger 4 as well, and that never came. We got this, that TTBurger 4. It's probably one of the reasons why it got bashed as well. And that's pretty much all I have to say about this here. I mean, like, it's a great first-person shooter, and don't listen to what the critics say or what these haters are saying, because like me giving the game a chance to actually beat the game is fantastic. Sure, there's not much replay value to it, and you don't get any awards and stuff like after that, and stuff, and like of course there's also co-op play too. You can even play co-op too. Actually, one of the a lot of games don't have co-op multiplayer because the first-person shooter. It's all done online, but here you can play cooperatively with a friend. And that's pretty much all I gotta say. My final rating goes like this: play this game. You will not know what you're missing. It's a fun game. Sure, it may not be the best first-person shooter ever, but to me, it's still a fantastic first-person shooter. I mean, it has a lot of original ideas, especially with the nectar and the ability to pretend you have died and stuff like that, and have a lot of cool ass weapons, and you have a likable main character and stuff like that. This game definitely is worth it. I give HAZE here a 9.5 out of 10 because of the length of the game and stuff like that and such. But if you can get past that problem, you can consider it a perfect game if you want. That's pretty much all I gotta say. This is Tony, peace out, and go buy this game. It's awesome.